Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be the start of another something new, I guess. So as you guys know, I have done some audio stuff in the past. I'm kind of trying to get away from that. It's turned into a lot of a hassle as far as, people saying they want something done, say they want a radio installed, and they're like, I've already got everything, don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then I go over like what they want and what they need and stuff like that. And they're like, well, I don't want to spend an extra, $50 to $80 for wiring harness, dash kit, antenna adapter, or whatever else they may need um, to do this. And then they end up just, uh, leaving me alone or just not messaging me back or whatever. And then I also get to where I'm trying to install something. Somebody has purchased a radio or a backup camera or something, and they're like not compatible or whatever, or yeah, things just don't work out, and it has just became more of a hassle than it has been a benefit. The videos have done very, very well, and I really appreciate that of everybody watching and stuff. That part has been fantastic, and I love that. But um, the whole I've the last install I did, I actually lost money on because I was just so fed up with it. And I got everything installed, the radio that the customer provided, and apparently some of the features weren't working. Like it was supposed to have Sirius XM or something that wasn't working. He couldn't open his settings, and I was like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. You bought the radio. The wiring and installation has nothing to do with any of those features, so I literally don't know what to tell you. And he got all mad at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know. So I'm trying to get away from that. Of course, there's some that I will do. I don't like doing subwoofers. There's just a lot that goes into that, wiring in different ohms and stuff like that, and it just becomes a hassle because you know people buy their own subs, buy their own amps, and the subs aren't compatible, or the amp isn't pushing enough power, whatever. It becomes a lot of a hassle. So this is onto a new thing that I'm doing. So some of you may know I worked at a tint shop called Smoky Mountain Window Tinting. You may have seen some of the live streams that I did back in the day. I'm no longer with them. Some things fell through, or not really some things fell through. I just got a better opportunity with a very nice high-end shop that I absolutely love. It's a lot of fun. I love the guys that I work with and all that good stuff. So I do window tinting is what I'm getting at. So I've had a lot of people ask me like, hey, can you do my car? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I work at a very high-end shop. So we do, obviously we do great work. We stand behind our work. We make our work flawless. So, and with flawless work becomes a big price tag. So a lot of my friends and family don't really want to pay that much and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of try to do some tinting on the side. So let me show you what I got. This is my second vehicle. The first one was just, I did a strip on the windshield on a family friend's vehicle, but this is kind of my first true job. So I'll show you what we got. So here I have a 1993 Nissan 300ZX. Pretty sweet ride. This car is just kind of a project for this guy. It is a project, so there is some things wrong, like the parking brake doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. And obviously the tint looks absolutely horrendous. This may have been on here since the 90s, who knows. But obviously it is very bubbled up and stuff like that. Now, when he sent me a picture of it, I just kind of saw this and I was like, oh, it's just, normal bubble tint, but I didn't notice this. If you see those little sharp edges and stuff, that means somebody has tried to take it off themselves, which is not a good sign. As you can see from here, this is how it looked when I got it. I've kind of started working on this corner, so that's why that corner's gone. But I haven't really tried a lot to get this off. But as you can see, gosh, that is very reflective. But as you can see, like all the windows are like this. So let me hop over here to the driver's side. So, you know, quarter window, same thing. The driver window I have already gotten off. It was actually in decent shape. I mean, there was some like holes in it and stuff like that from little nicks or whatever, but it is off. It also had a strip on the windshield that I have already gotten off and cleaned. So this one's done and the windshield is done. He also had a little tape outline over here from like I guess an inspection sticker or whatever. Took that off for him, cleaned it up. So windshield and driver window are all done. So I have got my heat gun, as you can see right here on the trunk. I kind of figured out with the eyebrow or the strip, whatever you want to call them, there was only a little bit left from, I guess he said the previous owner tried to take it off himself. So that's kind of why some of this is really messed up. Because like, I mean, you look at this and you're like, oh, it's just bubbled up tint. It should come off like fairly easy. But if you can see from this side, there is 2 layers there. And obviously the previous owner has taken off 1 layer. And that's the same thing with this back window, if you can see that. So this will not be an easy job since he removed that first layer already. I told this guy, I was like, I'm going to try my best to get this back window off without ruining the defrosters. But, you know, I'll let him know like ahead of time because I won't know until I start peeling this what it's going to do. So that'll be kind of a pain in the butt. If I had to guess, I don't think it's going to come off, you know, just kind of peeling it. I'm hoping I can get, if you can see the weather right now, it is rainy and gloomy. So I'm hoping I can get a decent sunny day here this week. But I'm not 100% if that will happen or not. It's looking like it'll be Friday or Saturday, and today is currently Tuesday. I may not even try this back window unless I can get a nice sunny hot day, just because I don't know what it's going to do. I've got a steamer coming on the way. I don't think it will help much, but it is worth a shot. So like I said, I've got my heat gun on the trunk right now. I'm going to start trying to remove this. You can see somebody has already tried with a razor blade and it did not go so well, it looks like. So I'm going to attempt to see if I can get it to peel and start up here in this corner and kind of go across. I don't think it will go very well, but we shall see. Wish me luck. I'm kind of disappointed I don't have a tripod. I had a tripod at one point, but I don't have one anymore. If I did, I was just going to set my phone up, do a little time-lapse video of, you know, taking this off, but I don't have a tripod anymore, but that will be coming soon. Hopefully I can get one, but yeah, I'm going to get started on this. All right, so it started raining on me. Obviously, you can tell the car's a little wet. So I've got most of this window off. There's still some, like, you know, around the edge and down towards the seal, and there's still some like glue and stuff. Just need to like clean this window up, get all the little pieces off. I think there's some, you can kind of see it right there, but there's some like all along this edge. It's a little harder to get to, and some glue and stuff, but we're making progress on it. Still haven't started these or the back window. I'll probably do those. I'll probably try to get these off tomorrow, get this cleaned up tomorrow. It's getting late. It's getting a little dark outside, but I'm gonna try to finish this up probably tomorrow, and then also try to get these off tomorrow. And then hopefully I can get a nice sunny day to try to get this off. This will be a pain in the butt, but I'm hopeful that I can get it off without having to scrape it. But I don't think the guy will even want me to scrape it because he wants to kind of restore this car and stuff. So I'm gonna try to get it started, and hopefully it will come off if I get it nice and real hot, but we'll see. All right, it's the next day. I'm here in the basement. with the 300ZX. As you can see, still have not started this back window. So like I said in the previous clip, got this is all clean and done. So as of right now, I've got this door done, driver door done, and then I've also got the windshield done and taken care of. So now it's on to this beast and then these quarter windows. I'm kind of hoping that these quarter windows will kind of act like the strip on the windshield did. So how I did the strip, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to scrape this thing. There wasn't much of it left. It was pretty much just this passenger side. Everything off the driver's side was gone. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to scrape this off. But actually, I just took a heat gun and got it really hot, and it just kind of peeled off real easy. So I'm hoping that's what these quarter windows will do, because that will make my life so much easier than having to try to scrape these. This window I ended up having to scrape. I can't remember if I said that in the last clip or not, because this is the next day. But I cannot remember if I said I had to scrape it, but I had to scrape the rest of it off because the previous owner had already tried to scrape it, so it wouldn't come off in one piece or anything. But that's how that went. But it's kind of sucks, but like we've had the worst weather for trying to strip these windows off this week. It's been like, I think we're around mid June, almost late June, and it's like 70 degrees outside and cloudy. So it's been like the worst for this. That's why I'm kind of holding off on this until I can get a nice sunny day and I can just get it extremely hot, and hope to goodness I can get it started peeling off, and then hopefully I can keep it going. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna start on these and hopefully try to get them off. I'm gonna, use a heat gun, try to get it real hot, and hopefully try to peel it off. I don't think it will work, but we're gonna try it. All right, guys. So it's, I want to say, a few days since the last clip. Still working on the 300Z. It's kind of been a pain in the butt. I mean, as you can tell. This is kind of what I'm doing on the side. So I'm just kind of doing it after work. I get off at 5:30. I don't get home till about 6:15 or 6:30ish. So I don't get a lot of time to be able to work on it. But let me show you what we got. I kind of explained in the last video what my plan was, and we're kind of at that point. All right, so here is the 300Z. As you can tell, quarter windows are off. Both doors are off. The strip on the windshield is off. This back window, so as you can tell, I mean, as you've seen, it is atrocious. So have tried every method possible that I know of. I have a few years of tinting experience, so I know all the methods. Use a steamer, put it out in the sun like this, get it really hot, and then try to peel it. Some people will cut a trash bag to size, throw it on the back, use ammonia, let it heat up and get really hot and stuff, and then peel it. What else have I tried? Tried using a heat gun, just getting it like stupid hot in a single corner and just keep it going and just barely peeling it. I've had a few that look like this that I've been able to do that on, and it worked, but nothing is really working on this. So what's happening, you may be able to tell in this corner. You can kind of tell I've peeled it. Let me get it in here. So this is the one corner I tried to work on, and as you can tell, it's just coming off in layers. This is a really thin layer, and it's also leaving some still on the window. So you might be able to tell this is really flaky. Pretty much the adhesive on the tint has failed tremendously. Not to mention the previous owner had already peeled part of this off, So he didn't really do me any justice doing that. I ask in a window tint group that I'm a part of, is there any other methods? Like I've heard some people, scrape with a plastic razor blade, or the steamer that I have has a little scraper attachment. And I asked in the window tint group, I was like, is there any other option to kind of save the defrosters? And I got a lot of response, but the main response was no, it's screwed. You're either going to have to scrape it or tell them to get a new back glass. And then I've had tons of people just be like, why don't you just do the trash bag method? And I literally said in the post, I've tried every method that I know, all that. And then people are like, never guarantee that you can save the defrosters. I was like, I didn't guarantee nothing. I told the guy that that I would try my best to peel it off with and save the defrosters and all that stuff. But I let him know today. I was like, I'm going to try 2 other ways. So today I'm going to be trying to do it with a plastic razor blade and also use my steamer scraper thing attachment that I have. I'm going to try that first. I'm going to try like a little spot like where a defroster is and go from there and see if that works. If not, I'm going to start scraping this bad boy and it'll just be it is what it is type of thing. So yeah, we're gonna let it sit here for a little bit, get nice and toasty, and then we'll go to scraping. All right, I apologize. My fiance has been actually helping me with this, so no methods worked. It has been a pain in the butt. Like I said, I asked a window tinting group what their thoughts were, if I could scrape it with a plastic razor blade and all that stuff, and I didn't get much help. But so let me show you the update. So here we are. We have a clean glass, no tint. It's still got some like residue and stuff on it. Still some adhesive and stuff that I need to scrub really good. But pretty much I've got all the tint off, and as you can tell, this was a process. There's lots of razor blades right there that was used. I tried to like lay down a trash bag, and then finally I just said, screw it. It's going to get everywhere, and I'm just going to have to vacuum it. As you can see, it kind of went everywhere. But it is what it is. I think right now I'm pretty much done getting all the film off, so I don't think there's any sort of tint left on it. There might be some, around the edges and stuff like that, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. I think right now I'm going to clean all this out and attempt to get it vacuumed and everything. I'm going to try to like vacuum out the edges of all of this because there's still some film there, and I don't want to get any film obviously in the new tint. But it went everywhere. So I'm hopefully going to clean up all this mess and get this car cleaned up. And then I believe hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be tinting the whole thing. So I was kind of upset at myself. So I had been waiting on the film to get here for this. It's actually not in here. But I was waiting on the film to come in for this. So I could do everything. He's doing 5% ceramic film on it. So he's doing a good film on it and doing as dark as possible, which is going to look good on this car. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be nice and blacked out. It's going to look good. But, with it being an older car, it's just extremely hard to get older cars perfectly clean, especially this one because of all the film that was on there and how bad it was. So it's going to be a pain in the butt. But what I was getting to was I did have film for a strip, and he said he wanted to do a strip. So, like I said, I got this all cleaned up and everything. I installed it, and there was still some glue like right up here in the center on the top, and I was like, God dang it. So I had to rip that off today, and but yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna get ready to start cleaning up the car, and get it ready just to tint it. So we're making some progress. I should be done by this weekend. Today is Thursday. Um, so yeah, this has been a total project and a half. All right, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to start to film some of this, but it's kind of hard with one person. So I can't remember where I left off, but so I do have a strip on the windshield. Kind of hard to see with all the reflections um, and everything. Looks kind of funky because this glass has like a factory strip made into it. It's kind of brown, bronzy looking. Looks kind of funny, but I actually already did this strip once, and there was glue up here in the top in the middle, and I was like, oh no! So I took it off and redid it, and this is the new one. But she looks good. Nothing done on the sides yet. Right now, I have got the uh, tint here shrank, and I just need to retrim it and everything. This glass has a funky curve in it for some reason. Like this isn't wanting to lay down because instead of like curving, down like most do, or like flattening out, this kind of goes up in a weird angle. It's you probably can't tell on camera, but it's kind of funky. I'm hoping this will lay down enough, but if I take my card like this, it'll stay down for a little bit. As you can see, it starts to lift a little. I think it will be okay, but we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, I've never used this film before, so apparently it is just the best in the world. I don't really know. It's called GeoShield. I've seen there's a YouTuber that I watch that does like tinting live streams and stuff like that. Does some like informational videos like on how to tint and stuff like that. Watch his videos a little bit, and this is a film he uses. And this window tinting group on Facebook that I'm a part of just swears by this film and says that this film is just the best in the world. Just based on that, it shrank amazing, like really easy. So hopefully, everything goes well. So far, so good. I liked it as far as the shrinking went. But what we're doing on this, so this is their Pro Nano line. So this is their ceramic film. So we're going to be doing 5% ceramic on everything, obviously, except for the windshield. We did the carbon, it's called C2 on the strip. There's really no point in doing like a ceramic strip. So we're just going to do the carbon strip. It's more of a like a better as far as color will go, and longer lasting than just like a color stable, like color dyed film. So that's what we went with the strip. And then this guy wanted to do ceramic and 5% on everything else. So I'm going to get to trimming on this back window. It is currently very, very late at night. I'm exhausted because I've worked all day. So I may just throw in this back window, get it installed and everything. Hopefully it goes clean and everything. I have, it's been a fight to strip that back window and everything. But dang, does this car look good sitting here in the garage. It's pretty sweet. But it'll look even better tinted up and everything. So I'm going to get this back window installed, then I'll show you how it looks. All right, guys. So back window is on. So around these like defroster cutouts, and as you can see, there's one little piece of film right there. I'm going to try to chisel it and make it look a little better. But like, it's not worth me to redo it over that. I know that freaking sucks, and some of you are going to be like, yeah, you should redo it to make it perfect. But like on a car this old, this thing looks really freaking good for install. So that's the only little flaw for these little defrosters. With me having to scrape it, it looks kind of funny. It looks like there's a light gap. This one there is. I cut it like that on purpose because I didn't think it would come out clean and everything. But it looks like there's a light gap, but because of that being scraped. But yeah, so this back window is done. I'm gonna clean everything up back here so I don't have to open this again. I took this trim panel off here to give me some access to the bottom of the window here to scrape it. Made life a lot easier. But yeah, back window is done. It's getting late, and I've got a pretty busy day. I also had to finish this tomorrow, so pretty much I just got both quarters and both doors left to do here, and then this bad boy is done. I've got to get it done tomorrow. I wanted to try to get it done tonight, but I've spent a lot of time on it so far, and I'm absolutely exhausted, and I've got a long day tomorrow. So this will be it for tonight, and tomorrow we will finish this bad boy up and pull her outside. All right, guys, so I'm too much a perfectionist, and I ripped it off. That just bothered me, having that little piece under there. I know I said, like, I got it so clean other than that, but, like, I think I can do it again. That just really was, like, bothering me really bad. So I've got this re-prepped. I'm about to throw some film on it and re-shrink it and pretty much do it all over again. So this will be a fun process. I have to get it done tonight. It's already late because we went and picked up a 454 for that thing, along with a 4-speed, which is right there. So, yeah, we're going to continue on this. I still have to knock out back window, both quarters, both doors. Then we're done. I'm hoping I can get this done fairly fast. So if I don't video a whole lot, I apologize. I'm just kind of like really tired of having this at my house and just want to get it done and back to this guy. So yeah. All right, just giving you an update. Don't mind all of the streaks. That will be done later, and I'll be getting rid of all that. But passenger window is done. If you have never used this film before, it is extremely tacky. So what I mean is, like, you stick it on the window, it is stuck. So, yeah. So that was kind of the hardest part. It wasn't really a hard window to install. It was just like I stuck it on the window and it was there. Like, it did not want to slide into place. But so passenger window's done. So you can see real dark. Back window is done. So we're getting pretty close here. So we got 2 quarters, driver window, and we're done. These quarter windows, I don't know if you can kind of tell, like, the window goes way down here and the trim piece is like way up here. So I got to figure something out with that, see if I can either pry it and unclip it, hopefully. I'm hoping that's how I can do this, and that will make these super easy. If not, that's going to turn out looking extremely bad because there's going to be a lot of dirt that gets in that corner. So I'm going to hopefully try to figure something out. I think this side is the same way, but it's in a different part of the window. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not as bad, but it might be like up here at the top. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm going to start on this driver window because I have my film laying down, if you can see right there from where I measured that window. So yeah, I really need to get a peel board. So I know a lot of people like build their own peel boards, but I'd really like to find like a nice metal one that I can roll around, and maybe one that can collapse easy, because we don't have a lot of space in here and I just don't want to leave it chilling, if that makes sense. So, yeah, and obviously this is not my garage, this is my dad's. So I don't want to like put something on the wall, something like permanent on the wall or anything like that. So if you have any ideas, if you're a window tinter, please let me know. This would make this whole process a lot easier, because what I ended up doing, because that window is so curved, I wanted a nice straight line, you know, like for here and on the sides and stuff like that. So I literally just like set it on the back window and cut it that way. It worked out. So yeah, we're going to start on that driver window. All right, so everything is done on this beast. All side windows, quarter windows, and back window. So I'm a little exhausted and frustrated at the same time, because so these quarter windows, I had to take like a little piece apart because like it was covering part of the window. I think I explained that in the last clip. I don't know, it's late. So I had to like take that apart. And so I was using this light right here so I could cut, you know, this. And I was like kind of squatting right here, and the light was kind of like this, and I was standing on the cord, and I was like trying to yank it out from under my feet without like, you know, tripping myself and all that stuff. And I took the top of it and just like banged the back window and put a big hole in the tent. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I've now done this back window like 3 times, but it is absolutely flawless. So, but it is very late. I'm ready to go to bed. As you can see, like this back window looks amazing. All the defrost lines are gone, and that's just kind of, you know, how it's going to be. But so tomorrow I am going to be cleaning all the windows and also, you know, getting some detail spray and stuff like that and wiping off all that stuff. But as of now, this is finished until tomorrow, and then the next clip will be the final kind of show off of it. I'm going to pull it outside and you can see all of it. All right, here she is, final product. This is GeoShield's Pro Nano ceramic 5%. So we got a nice looking strip on there, nice and blacked out. We stripped the whole thing. Turned out really good, surprisingly, because the film was just awful, as you guys saw. But yeah, she's all done. But I appreciate you guys watching. That was the final product. So I apologize, this video is probably all over the place. That car was like one of the worst like stripping tints that I've ever done. And I've done a few really bad ones. That one's probably the worst. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. You know, the next few that I do, I'll probably film a little better, and maybe I can have a so I can have a tripod and set it up, and then you can see me, you know, cutting and sawing and all that good stuff. But this car was just frustrating me a lot, so I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of it. I'm just going to get it done and everything. So yeah, so that was the final product on that Z. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.